Hello, everybody. I'm Mustafa Aw-Abdi. We got a Jack robbery again because on the day before the opening of the 2026 Winter Olympic Games in Milan and Continental in Italy, the 2026 World Baseball Classic has just kicked off the 1 month countdown to March 5th with the unveiling of the rosters for the 20 teams for the sixth edition of the tournament that began in 2006. And what better way to start than Pull A at San Juan in Puerto Rico and Hiram Buffon Stadium and Estadio Hiram and you guessed it, Hiram Buffon Stadium. This will be the fourth time they'll host it. We begin with Canada leading the way as great pitching with Concord Joe of the Texas Rangers, Jameson Tylan of the Chicago Cubs, who had a 3.16 ERA and 11 record, and James Paxton amongst others, who had a pretty damn didn't have the same heights, but sadly he didn't get one. So sadly for him, he didn't get one. The Naylor brothers will be among them. Will be the big pitchers, while Ty O'Neill, who has 9 home runs in the 25 season, who have 9 home runs. Who have 9 home runs during the 2025 season, will be among them. Colombia, Jorge Alvaro of the San Diego Padres will have a good chance. It's a big pitches there. Cuba, Cuba. And guess who's in the party? Levan Maniello, the big ace of the Fukuoka Sopan Hawks. Of the Fukuoka Sopan Hawks will be there. Unless I know because this. Panama, well, great pitches, but outside that, and we got a big one. Edward Diaz, who will play for the LA, will be a big closer for the LA Dodgers. Will be among them, alongside Christian Vasquez of the Boston Red Sox. With the Minnesota Twins, who's a free agent having played. Who have 3 home runs with the Minnesota Twins, will be there too. We're going to Houston, Texas next in Daikin Park. The United States will have a big headline act, and they will lead by big New York Yankee Aaron Judge, a big infielder, a big Red Sox infielder, a big Chicago Cub in Alex Bregman, a World Series winner in Will Smith, Kyle Raleigh, who held the red. Who Raleigh got it as one of the leap hours in 2020 in Major League Baseball, who produced 60 home runs, the most by any catcher in history and in the Statcast era. And Tarek Skubal of the Detroit Tigers and Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates will get the challenge for this. The latter whose girlfriend The latter whose girlfriend, well, the latter whose girlfriend had, Lily Dunn, an American influencer, and Kenny Kershaw is a member. Is going to be featured on November. His last one will be alongside Carl Schwarber and Bryce Harper. And Bryce Harper both play for the Phillies. The Brits are here. Jazz Chisholm Jr. of the New York Yankees, who is also the teammate of Judge among in the Yankees run to their 24 AL pennant, will be among them, alongside some of the great 8-ball, alongside some of these big players there. Brazil, yes, well, not quite, but Brazil there, but Diego Vieira of Toros de Tijuana and the Mexican leagues, and big catches in Italy. Well, this could get ugly. Jack Caglianone, the headline act, 7 home runs in the 25 season with a 157 batting average and 18 RBIs. We're going to do the damage. Well, Matt Fester will lead the pitching. Matt Fester will lead the pitching. Will lead the pitching. He will be the leader, and Montevino will soon be there. Join them. He will be a free agent. So, Mexico. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Randy Arozarena. Remember that one last year in the 23 edition against Japan? Wow, great one. And the man who was the final out of the Dodgers' second World Series crown last November, Alejandro Judge, will do damage. Will lead the charge alongside Randy Tellez, a former Milwaukee Tellez, a Milwaukee who played for who was a free agent. Reigning world champions Japan. Thankfully, no Shohei Ohtani in the pitching staff. But the good news is, however, he'll still be at the one to prepare for his double duty for the 26th baseball season with the LA Dodgers. So, instead, Yoshimura Yamamoto, the man who defeats Alejandro Kirk by virtue of Freddie Freeman, will lead the bullpen, will lead the charge, while Tomoyuki Sakaro and Daisei Ota of the Yomiuri Giants and several players among them in the 2020, who was part of the Fukuoka team that won Japan Series last year. The Czech Republic will still have Marek Javenka, but the Czechs will still be having Drex, while Navi will be carrying the flag today. We'll see Marek Javenka in action will lead the charge about this among Javenka and some Australia, well, Warwick Support and Trevor Pisana will have big others. Kongkwan Jiljek Li Jiao will be doing it well. Tu Wei Len will be still there. And Yi Lei Sun, who prior to traded Japan for the Tiger Unders, will be in action, will be among them. South Korea. Woo! South Korea. Jung Ho Lee will be playing for 8 home runs in his first season with in his Jung Ho Lee in his first season with his third season with San Francisco, will be among them, alongside the big pitching that led by Riley O'Brien and company. Riley O'Brien, who had a 150 whip and a 206 ERA, will get a lead to charge. And for the Dominican Republic and the Pool D, the Dominican Republic and Venezuela will send big LB stack teams, especially for the Dominicans. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who is the first baseman for the Toronto Blue Jays. J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez, still there. Several players are there. Venezuela, on the other hand, William Contreras, Salvador Perez, the latter, who was won the World Series in 2015 with the Kansas City Royals, will be in action. Wilson Contreras, and some of the big pitchers there, especially there. Israel, well, several players are still there, but the Stubbs brothers will be still there. While the Netherlands, Chadwick Trump will be being catcher, Jose Albiaz, and Sharon Montes, who produced the first no-hitter in World history, will be among the pitchers there, just alongside Kenley Jansen, a former LA Dodger. And Nicaragua, who will lead by Dusty Baker, a World Series winner with the Dodgers in '81 as a player, and with the Astros in 2022 as a pitcher, will have big shoes to fill, as Nicaragua will still have a big charges. So good pitching, big catches, but not so great in the infield and outfield. So we didn't know. You never know. But so that's will do it for the 26 viewers. I'll see you next week. So we'll see you there for the review. So the recap. I'll begin my daily recap on March 6th, on March 5th. So I'll see you there. Bye bye.